Hello. First name, last name, and address, please. And would you like to become an organ donor today? You may hear this whether it's your first time getting your driver's license or your 50th. You may not know what to say. You may even turn to your mom and dad and ask them. You may reply with a shake of the head. But it's really not that scary because every time you sign up or you go to renew your license, you can always withdraw your organ donation. So, harvesting our first points, we will be going over why to become an organ donor, the story of Kalea, and the story of Carly. Now, some people may ask, does it change my healthcare at all? But according to the Health Guidance website, most people believe that if you become an organ donor, it will change the way that surgeons will treat you. But it's completely false, proving that surgeons who deal with saving your life and the surgeons who deal with your organ donation are completely different teams. In 2012, 10,000 people were removed from the organ donor list because they were too sick or had died. Now, did you know that over 124,000 people wait for an organ donation a day, but many will not receive the news that receive the news that a donor organ or a second chance at life is available? Well, according to the Mayo Clinic website, you can save up to 50 lives if you donate your organs after death. Some families are even relieved when they donate their family members' organs because it helps them cope with the grief and the loss, knowing that they helped save another person's life. There is an increasing demand for organs every day. There are at least 10 people added a day to the organ donation list. Donating organs doesn't only affect the recipient, it also affects the donor and their family. This mom shows you just how much it affected her and her
family. Even though we had him on the water in a matter of seconds and started CPR, they just couldn't bring him back around. My other son put it the best. When grade in 5, they took part of his heart and they saved 2 kids, right? So when brother died, he was a superhero. When we were asked, it wasn't really a question for me. I knew if I could keep the other families from going through something similar. Now there's people who will never ever forgive him. That means a lot to me.
In 2012, 10,000 people were removed from the donor list because they were too sick or had died. Now, not only do I get the chance to share the stories of recipients that survived this, I get to share 2 specific stories. The first one is about Kalea from California. Kalea was only an infant when she was diagnosed with biliary atresia, meaning that the tube from her liver to her gallbladder is blocked and now cannot remove the bile. Doctors performed a surgery that provided a defined path for the bile, and it did not help. It became clear to everybody that she was in need of a liver transplant to live. She was then put on the national transplant list, hoping to receive a liver soon. At only 5 months old, the family had received a call that a liver had become available. Now she is just like the other kids, running around and playing, and is only required to take a small dose of anti-rejection medicine twice a day. Now, this costs nothing to the donor family, but according to the United Network for Organ Sharing, the family of the recipient pays around $577,000. Organ donation does not only affect the young, but it also affects the older too. Our second story today will be about Carly from Texas. She's a special case because she has been able to receive not only one heart, but two. Her first one being when she was only a year and a half old, and the second one being at 13. It all started with when she was a baby and having issues breathing. At first, her parents thought it was just allergies or just her getting used to being out of the womb. But then a cardiologist got a hold of some of her scans and realized that she had an enlarged heart. It was so enlarged that it was pressing on her lungs, and that was causing her to have difficulty breathing. She was then placed on the transplant list for the first time and received her heart shortly after. As she grew, so did her heart and her love for dance. She was a dancer in everything from ballet to hip-hop. After years of doing great, and her heart began to fail and her arteries began to clog at the age of 13. She had been put on the wait list once again. While she was on the wait list, she had grew so weak that she had to have somebody with her at all times because her heart could fail at any moment. One day, when she was preparing for a movie night with her family, she got the call saying that there was a new heart available for her. So her life just turned around from preparing for a movie night with her family to being prepped for surgery. And Carly now says, "When I step out on the stage, I think I am communicating with people. I want to say nothing's impossible. Yes, you can have two heart transplants, but you can do whatever you want to do or be whoever you want to be." Carly is now 15, and her friends will be driving soon. And soon as they start, Carly plans on becoming an organ donor to affect the lives the same way that they have affected hers. Hello again. Your number is going to be 202, and you can have a sit in the waiting area right over there while we review our final points. They will be why you should become an organ donor, the story of Kalea, and the story of Carly. Thank you for becoming an organ donor today. And just remember that you may change your life, but you also affect the lives of others.